we got to talk about Shedeur Sanders. We got to talk about Shedeur Sanders. We got to talk about the outrage, Devin. Um, because I'm not gonna lie, I've kept it quiet
We've
about. I
well,
mean,
we've kept it very hush.
well, I mean, we haven't really had an option. We haven't really had the choice. You know, he's just been everybody. We've talked about him about as much as everybody else that's just been practicing,
Yep.
and not really doing much else. Now, let's talk about Shedeur Sanders. The reason we're talking about him is because a lot of people are upset. When I say a lot of people, I mean Shedeur Sanders fans.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's
The
nothing wrong with being a
few,
Shedeur
the
Sanders fan.
proud,
Um,
the
now,
idiots.
now
Shedeur.
I will say that I want to imagine that there is a group of Shedeur Sanders fans that are like reasonable.
Yeah.
I just haven't met them, or they haven't made that clear yet, that they're like, no, like I understand that he might not be like a fucking Super Bowl champion next year. Like I feel like people, some people maybe will have that that understanding. But anyways, the depth chart came out for Cleveland Browns,
Mm-hmm.
and Joe, Kenny, Dylan, Shedeur, fourth string Shedeur Sanders. Now,
Also, I watched that Flacco interview.
mhm,
It's nice.
yeah,
It was cool to see that he's like, no, I want to win. Just
he's
want
like,
to go win a Super Bowl. I'm gonna be honest. Like for a guy who doesn't seemingly like he talked a lot about how he doesn't seem like he talks a lot, but he does. A little bit of tism coming from Joe, which was nice to see. But he would just get on like a tear and just keep yapping. He's like, "No, I want to win. Like, what do you think I would be here if I didn't want to win? I want to win." And he just kept pushing that. It was nice.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean,
I
that
guess I've
is.
just never heard him speak in full sentences, so it was nice.
Yeah, he doesn't. He don't do interviews like that. But he is going to be starting for the Browns this year. Um, Shedeur Sanders is fourth string now. Now I don't even know where to start with this, because when I saw that, I wasn't surprised. I wasn't, I wasn't even like, oh, haha. It's like it was just no, like that makes sense. You got Joe Flacco, who they said was probably going to start. And then you have the
Yeah,
Kenny Pickett, who they brought in. And then you had the guy
two
that they
rookies.
drafted, and then the guy they drafted after the guy they drafted.
Yeah,
Like it makes sense.
yeah.
Especially,
That's the order. Vet, backup, two rookies.
and Shedeur was fifth round. So usually, you typically a fifth round quarterback, like doesn't like isn't just like you're not surprised if they're not the starter.
Like Stetson Bennett.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
like
think he was
why
surprised.
why aren't Rams fans pissed?
Yeah,
Why aren't Rams fans pissed?
everyone's
Oh,
not. No one's calling for Stetson.
well, actually, sorry. Why aren't Stetson Bennett fans pissed? You
Yes,
know,
there's a ton of
where
those.
where are all the angry Kirk Cousins fans?
Yeah,
Like where are they at? Because for some reason, a lot of people, I mean, blatantly, are just on the internet like, did I miss something? Am I confused? Is there a reason that Shedeur Sanders is the fourth? Ever since it's just, and then they go on these tangents about why Shedeur Sanders shouldn't be the fourth string quarterback. And
and
to
none
be
of it
completely
has to do
honest
with
with you,
football.
um, to be completely honest with you, and I keep getting fucking texts. I'm not, I hit the do not DND on these people because, leave me alone. But uh, I see they see threw me off my whole game. What was
See,
I saying? Shedeur, what did you say? Sorry, I think I missed what you said when I got distracted. What did you just say?
I like none of it has to do with football. There,
Oh, well, no. Actually, it does. It
yeah.
actually specifically has to do with football practice. I see a lot of
Ah,
people who have
my
been on the
bad,
internet
my bad,
going
my bad, my
and
bad.
going, and I hate this. For some reason, you can check, like, you can look at stats for like training camp and how people have been doing in practice,
No,
or like, and people have been like looking at like certain drills and sessions, have been like, well, Shedeur did this versus Dylan Gabriel doing that, and this.
you
It's like,
can't do that for one guy.
no. So he's been doing better than Dylan at practice. Has
Who
been the
cares?
that's been the whole thing. Now, I really like. I hate to be that guy, but if you truly like, I don't know, had respect for yourself enough to, had enough respect for yourself while talking ball, you would not bring up how good somebody performed at practice before even stepping foot on an actual football field and playing a live game in the NFL, and use that for the reasoning why they should start. Because okay, I'm confused, Devin. So because he's playing better than Dylan Gabriel, he should start. So
Yeah.
Dylan Gabriel's third string, and I'm not gonna lie to you, haven't heard a single Dylan Gabriel fan complain.
I
Haven't
haven't
heard a
heard
single
a
one.
lick about Dylan Gabriel unless Shedeur's name was
Nobody's.
brought up with it.
And then not many Kenny Pickett fans outraged at him being a backup, and then boom, you got Joe Flacco. Now, here's the problem. Nobody's bringing up Kenny Pickett. Nobody said, well, he's doing better than Kenny Pickett. Nobody's bringing up the fact that none of these guys, Pickett,
Well,
Dylan
someone
Gabriel,
is.
and Shedeur.
Someone is. I heard Dan Orlovsky. I didn't read what he said, but I heard that he was upset or believes that Shedeur should start the season. I don't know what his reasoning is. I'm assuming it has to do with rookie bullshit and how he could be the future of the organization or whatever. But this Browns team isn't that bad, not yet.
And and don't worry. Like if you are a Shedeur fan, like and you're already typing, like give me a second because I'm gonna end this on a good note. I do have a good note to end it on for Shedeur. I will I will say that, but I'm not done yet. So let me finish. Um, um, they should be upset that there's three guys that can't beat out a 40-year-old who hasn't played a full season since 2017. They can't beat him out to start. They cannot beat out Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco has not started a season since 2017. The fact that I even asked you
No, he
about the
has
whole
not.
Lamar shit stupid because
He has not started
what's
a
that?
whole season yet.
Since 2017.
Yeah,
It is
that was
2025.
8 years ago.
He's 40
Damn.
years old, Devin. He's 40
He is.
years old. So
Yeah.
I don't
All right.
understand.
And this is why I really do get your point about quarterbacks. And this is separate, but just aging quarterbacks. When people are like, "Oh, Herbert's only 28." Flacco's starting career was done by the time he was 32, 33. So being like he had a solid 9, 10 year stretch where he was good. We're not gonna, yeah, like you said, it wasn't on the pod, but we're not gonna see these guys running 28
No,
year careers.
yeah. I mean, yeah, and that's the thing. I saw some Chargers fans who were like, "He's, Justin Herbert's only 27." It's like I'm I'm not sitting here going, "Well, Lamar's only 28." Like, no,
Yeah,
we need to get the ball rolling. Like, we need to
exactly.
win now because
Yeah,
it's not like these guys are going to turn 35 and still be hitting their second or third prime, still winning MVPs. That's not normal. Not everybody's going to be Tom Brady. Look at how much Aaron Rodgers is suffering. Look at how
exactly.
Ben Roethlisberger fell off. Look at how
Drew
Phillip
Brees.
Rivers' career ended. Look at how Drew Brees. I mean, well, yeah, oh yeah, Drew Brees, yeah, his shoulder gave up on him. But I mean, Phillip Rivers was throwing medicine balls out there. Looked like he was throwing a medicine ball. Look at Peyton Manning.
Peyton
Regardless
Manning,
of how, yeah, he won a Super Bowl, he still had an awful final
he was
season.
not there. No.
Like these guys fall apart, and then that's the top. That's top of the top. And then you look at guys who had like cool careers, like Mark
Kirk.
Sanchez. Mark Sanchez had a cool career.
Yeah,
He was in an AFC Championship game,
yeah,
but look at how his career ended. Look at how
yes.
Alex Smith, regardless of his leg, his career was already
He was a starter for Washington, kind of.
his career was already on the
Yeah,
way out. Like
yeah.
it's like Washington was shuffling through quarterbacks. It was a
And
rotating
Alex
door.
Smith was also like never that guy.
He had his
Neither of the
moments.
Chiefs. He had a few
He
moments, yeah.
he had his in the Vernon Davis moment. The Vernon Davis, the San Fran. He had his moment.
Of
But
course.
either way, it's just people are expecting um guys to just go out there and ball. And it's like, no. People should be beating out Joe Flacco for starting
A lot.
spots. All right. They probably should
Maybe
be.
not
Like
those
there's a
three, but like
what
yeah,
was saying?
I said maybe not those three guys, but there's guys who should be.
But it's like the Giants aren't bringing in, or I'm sorry, the Giants. And I am meaning to say a team that isn't the Browns. The Colts aren't bringing in fucking RG3 to battle with Anthony Richardson. They are bringing in a guy who is still young, still has somewhat of a potential. I mean, pretty much as the other guys we've been talking about, but still,
Sure.
it's like if the Colts brought back Joe Flacco to compete with Anthony Richardson, and Anthony Richardson wasn't able to beat him out to start, it'd be a big fucking problem.
Shouldn't be a yeah, exactly.
So I really I don't know what else to say to Shedeur fans other than, on the bright side, when have the Browns ever been the kings of deciding who's a good quarterback?
Agreed. Exactly.
We've never had a moment where we're like, wow, the Browns just made a great decision at quarterback. Like that's
They
beautiful.
I'm trying to think of their best decision at quarterback. I mean, drafting Baker, not immediately, but they soon after pushed him out. They have had zero good quarterbacks prior, essentially.
Hmm.
None since, except for signing Joe midway through 2 years ago.
I mean, I guess theoretically speaking, if Deshaun was healthy,
Even when he
like
was, even the games he did play for them, it wasn't anything special.
yeah, but I don't think he played a full healthy season with them.
No, not even close. But they're not gonna get one out of
So I
Deshaun
mean,
Watson.
a full healthy season, I think I think you could have gotten something out of. I think you could have gotten something out of him. But I don't know. It's like,
Yeah, you can get things out of Deshaun Watson.
like I said, it's the Browns. So let's calm down. Let's relax. Like maybe they're wrong, and maybe Shedeur should start. We're gonna see soon.
We'll
We're gonna
find out.
find out.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. We're gonna get preseason games, and we're gonna get to see Shedeur versus live NFL talent versus another team, not in practice. Not in practice. Where am I wrong? Like, did I forget? Like, was there a switch that flipped in like the NFL or football world where like quarterbacks were just like getting like demolished at practice and they could just be touched? Or do they all in just the landscape of football alone wear different colored jerseys to know who to not fucking even go near?
Yep.
Who to not even go near. So yeah, I'm sure Shedeur could look great at practice, but he's a quarterback at practice.
Same thing with Jackson Dart.
You could name anybody, any single person that's even laced up to play football as a quarterback that got drafted to the NFL. If you got drafted to the NFL to play quarterback, I hope at the least you did good at practice.
Exactly. Yes.
Or
No,
or,
I
or
agree. Yeah.
had a good week, had a good moment.
The other thing is like you can't judge anybody who's never played an NFL game. There's a lot of guys who have played a bunch of NFL games, and we still can't really judge. Brock Purdy, Jordan Love, like there's a good few names of quarterbacks out there who we really are. The jury's out on them. We have no idea, and we're going to sit here and say that Shedeur is a high-level quarterback before he has even touched an NFL football field. Doesn't make any sense, and it's just to the point where it's like it makes you not want to root for him. It's like, I don't give a fuck if he plays or not. But the fact that you think that he should start right now after doing just about nothing special in college in terms of like what happens in college football. There's a lot of guys who have done great things in college football and who have done zero in the NFL, and vice versa. But I don't know. This is all a big crock of shit.
Yeah, no, I mean that's
Like if he's
that's what
good,
it is.
great. Who cares?
Yeah, if he's good,
But there's
I
still
mean,
there's a lot of good quarterbacks in the NFL who still suck. Who still not like near the
that's the
top 10.
problem. That's the problem. I know there are guys who have been in Super Bowls recently. That is like, I don't know if I'd build my team around them. It's like, no, Shadeur's got a lot to prove.
There's a lot of guys who
He's
have
got.
won playoff games. Daniel Jones,
Mhm.
Kirk Cousins, guys who stink, who are fighting for spots with Michael Penix and Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
Suck. It's horrible.
Like, here's the problem. Here's the issue. Here's the issue. Shedeur could have the success, the best, let's say the best season Blake Bortles had.
Yeah.
lost in an AFC Championship game. Nobody fucking said he was going to be a franchise guy after that. Nobody said that
Fuck
they're
no.
they would throw a parade for Shedeur
Of course.
if he had a Blake Bortles, the best Blake Bortles could do in a
Sure.
season.
Sure.
They would throw an absolute fucking parade.
Is it me or does it
Do you know
does it
why?
feel like
Sorry.
sorry, but does it feel like we think of every quarterback now as like a top 10, top 5, like they will be good. Like, wasn't there a world like 10, 15 years ago where there were guys like Blake Bortles where you're like, no, he fucking sucks, but somehow he's here. Like,
No,
if
yeah, it was
Justin
Jay
Herbert
Cutler.
won a playoff game, we would be like, oh, well, wait for the MVP, wait for the Super Bowl. It's like, no, that's their peak.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm just like, you're right. I mean, like Jay Cutler or fucking like, I mean,
Mark
even I'm
Sanchez. No
sorry,
one was
like
talking about Mark
every
Sanchez when he went to the AFC Championship.
Eli Manning.
Eli, yeah,
Like, I mean, any year where he wasn't winning a Super Bowl, I was like, look at this guy. Like, you're lucky you got a brother that sucked. Like,
exactly,
you're lucky, right? Like,
exactly.
or you're lucky your dad sucked. Whatever it is.
Whatever the fuck.
Either way, I just yes, there was a world where quarterbacks, like I feel like a good example would be like I don't know, like in 2011, like nobody was like Cam is a top 10 quarterback hands down. It's already it's already solidified. It's like no,
No, he
Cam's
just
good.
won Rookie of the Year. Cool.
It's like he's got a high, like it looks like he's going up. The
Yes.
trajectory looks great for Cam Newton,
Like
but we're not
the
having like
proving
is he
time
top
in the
5?
NFL has slowly turned from like multiple seasons to a season to half a season to a few weeks to now practice. Practice is when you can prove that you're a good quarterback in the
Okay,
NFL.
now think about everything you just said, right? And I'm ending it off on this note. Everything you just said as to like why we shouldn't base it off just one season and why it's like there's we can go like you can go multiple years being like these are the guys whatever. That's the exact reason why I say do not sit there and pretend like Patrick Mahomes can't be Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why when like and I agree he might not be one or whatever, but when you say like he had an off year, it's like yeah, an
Like
off year. It's like
in the
but
Super
man,
Bowl.
he had an off year and made the fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I'd hate to see what a kind of off year is going to be
Yeah.
for Mahomes because it might just be a Super Bowl championship.
Correct.
But all right, moving on from that, let's discuss